On this edition of DNews,
the narrative is guns don't kill people, people kill people.
A Drexel law professor talks about the Las Vegas shooting and what impact, if any, it could have on Second Amendment rights. From the DU TV studios on Drexel University's campus in Philadelphia, you're watching DNews. Hello, I'm Chantal Belafonte, and you're watching DNews. The October 1st mass shooting on the Las Vegas Strip has sparked new debate over the Second Amendment and gun control. Armand Olia spoke to a Drexel University law professor about the impact of this incident on the right to bear arms.
Stephen Paddock's acts have earned him a place in history as the man who carried out the worst mass shooting by a lone gunman in U.S. history. Authorities discovered 47 guns, many of them semi-automatics and automatics, in Stephen Paddock's Mandalay Bay room and his home. Now, many are asking what, if any, impact this latest mass shooting will have on Second Amendment rights.
Over the last several years, the Supreme Court has handed down several major opinions about the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms, and these are things that I and other scholars have looked at pretty closely.
Lisa Tucker is an associate professor at Drexel University's Thomas R. Klein School of Law. She's also an expert on the U.S. Supreme Court with a special interest in the Second Amendment.
Very recently, the Supreme Court had not dealt with a case dealing with the Second Amendment. People pretty much understood it to mean that people had a right to bear arms in some kind of war-type conflict as part of a well-regulated militia, is what the Second Amendment says. And it was only fairly recently that the issue made it up through the courts as an individual right.
Professor Tucker says she vividly remembers the incident that brought individuals' rights to bear arms to the forefront of the gun control debate.
Before Columbine, certainly there had been some other mass shootings, but this was the one that really took the issue viral, if we could have said that in 1999.
But Tucker says that even that shooting and the mass shootings in more recent history have failed to spark great change.
You know, we had the shoe bomber after 9/11, and to this day, I think that was in the next year, and 15 years later, we still take off our shoes when we go through security. And yet, we have these mass shootings happening on an extremely regular basis, and we haven't seen systemic change.
And for those who question why that change has not yet happened,
I think that the narrative has been sold really, really successfully. The narrative is guns don't kill people, people kill people.
From 1966 to 2017, the record amount of fatalities and mass shootings by a lone gunman has increased from 14 to 58. This growing number has both sides of the gun control debate toughening their stance, with many saying that what happened in Vegas should not stay in Vegas.
A lot of people equate guns with freedom. And if you take their guns, they're afraid about what other freedoms you're going to take from them.
I'm Armand Olia, DNews.
Our DNews team had a chance to catch some great live music for an even better cause. Tom Pallo has that story.
Hi, I'm Tom Pallo with DNews, and we're here at the Roots Rock and Research benefit concert for the A.J. Drexel Autism Institute. We're here for some great music, some great stories, and for a great time. So let's go check it out. To learn more about the lineup at the concert, we had the chance to talk to event coordinator Meredith Bloom.
The night started off with Jeremiah Tall, who's a fabulous one-man band. Right now playing is No Good Sister, so they are a three-part harmony, kind of a fun folk band. And then our headliner is Brother Josephus and the Love Revolution. So they are a 10-piece New Orleans jazz-style Zydeco band, so it's going to be really fun.
These acts did a phenomenal job performing. However, a surprise guest stole the show. The West Powelton Steppers and Drum Squad. As much fun as the concert was, the real purpose of the evening was not lost on the director of the A.J. Drexel Autism Institute, Craig Newshafer.
Autism is the most common serious neurodevelopmental disorder in the United States. We take a public health science approach to try to prevent the disability that's associated with autism and promote improved quality of life for individuals with autism and their families. This is the first benefit concert that we're having to try to raise funds for the A.J. Drexel Autism Institute. We conduct public health focused research on autism spectrum disorders. We raise a lot of funds from the federal government, from research foundations, but we need some extra support from our friends in the community to help us keep the doors open.
All in all, the first ever Roots Rock and Research benefit concert for the A.J. Drexel Autism Institute was a success. We hope that this event becomes a permanent fixture. Spirits were high, and one could even say the crowd was sitting on top of the world. I'm Tom Palo with DNews.
Spend so much of my time going out of my mind. Try so hard to be of use, but what you cannot gain